Oh yeah.
Where we going?
About to go movies now?
Do not take your kids to watch this movie.
I like magic.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Half of the fucking movie is about the Joker.
Huh?
But yeah, it's a decent movie.
Hey guys, Ren Chain. So I just finished watching the Wonder Woman Commemorative Edition, the animated movie from 2009. Holy crap, this movie was fucking effing awesome. It was effing awesome. I loved it. It just adds a little layer of how much I care and love Wonder Woman. Let me make it simple for you about the story. Is that the Amazons of Themyscira are isolated from the whole world, and Ares, the god of war, has escaped, and the Amazons round up a tournament to see who would go and face off this threat. But before this threat gets far enough, a man from the rest of the world lands on their invisible island of Themyscira, and whoever wins this big tournament has to escort the man back to his world and stop Ares from plaguing the whole planet of rage and hatred. And this is where we're introduced into Princess Diana, daughter of Hippolyta. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. And she proves to be worthy of being the ambassador, helping Steve Trevor, the pilot, go and stop Ares. And that's most of the story that I'll say, is that there's a bad guy, someone's got to stop him. Princess Diana is the most badass, powerful, strong Amazon there is, so she's gonna handle it. But yeah, it was an awesome movie, and it just adds another layer to DC's great animated films, which I think they've been killing it. There's a lot of positives, and there's just I don't want to think of them as negatives because I love this film. Just little nitpicky things that aren't major to an extent, but I just thought that, to me, I somewhat bought it and didn't buy it, but it's something that's nitpicky a little bit, but it doesn't denigrate or bring down the movie mood or feel for me from not entertaining it. There's more pros than there's cons, so I love this film. But let's go for the positives. Positives is the simplicity of this film. From point A to point B, and then going all the way around, mixing it up, just boom. Sort of reminded me of Man of Steel, but just less destruction-wise, and I feel more for the character. But yeah, it was just a simple bad guy. We know who the bad guy is, and we know who the hero is, and they're gonna face off, and I love that. The actors, the people who did the voices for these characters, amazing job. And since I'm bad with names, I have the internet to help me out for it. So, voicing as Princess Diana, Wonder Woman, Kerry Russell. Neighbors and people are sleeping, so I'm just going like, bravo, oh my gosh. I cared about her. She was badass, and she made me feel like I'm in love with her. But at the same time, I know not to piss her off because she could kick my ass. And she had wonderful moments, and I'll highlight this. I have at least 4 to 5 cool moments in this film that I highlight, and it was pure. And I know Diana's a big part of them, and it was Kerry Russell brought in such humility to a goddess that we cared for her, we cheered for her, and we hope she was okay at any time during a fight or any interaction with Steve Trevor or her mother or any of the rest of the Amazons. It was just, my focus was on, and I was never taken off or bored from Diana. So, Kerry Russell, well done. I haven't seen much of her films, except I know she was in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. She was the nurse. She was sort of I I forgot the actor's name. The lead human's girlfriend. I forgot what she was, but she was great in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Nathan Fillion. As someone who didn't grow up with Firefly or Serenity, I think it's the other show. I wasn't too familiar with Nathan Fillion in terms of entertainment, but I knew who he was. He's an actor. He's well known. He's beloved from pop culture fans. Steve Trevor had the wits, the comedic, he was just a cool guy that you want to be his buddy. To some extent, in my opinion, I think he stole the show. To a certain extent, I think he stole the show. Straight off, it was sort of like love at first sight when he met Diana. And there's a crucial part that I will talk about in one of my favorite moments, that he gives this line. And to give an overview throughout the film, men get poo-pooed on a lot, but men are bad, and men are this and that. In a world that I can't deny that, at the same time I was feeling like I'm not a dick. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm not a dick. So why would you think I'm a dick? And Steve Trevor, even though he first comes off very, very flirty to Diana, and at one point he tries to get her drunk, he has heart. And I remember I'll say in the moment, he has this dialogue that sort of like, yeah, not all of us are dicks. Not all of us are dicks. Not all of us are the way you see men. We're not bad guys. So Nathan Fillion, bravo, because I have the Wonder Woman movie, the live action movie, comes out in 2 weeks. Up to that point, Chris Pine has a standard to me, because you set the standard for Steve Trevor, and it was awesome. And I can't tell who stole the show. I think if it was Diana or Steve Trevor, but wow, he was such a surprise, and I cared about the character. Alfred Molina as Ares. When I think of Alfred Molina, I think of Doc Ock from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 film, or Supito, I forgot his name, from Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he's like, Senor, adios, senor. He's the one who betrays Indy in Raiders of the Lost Ark at the beginning. Spoilers if you haven't seen Raiders. But yeah, Ares was menacing. He wasn't afraid to hit women, but I'm like, God damn, that's fucked up. Him and Hippolyta, played by Virginia Madsen, who did an excellent job. They have history, and he wasn't afraid of reminding people of that history, and showing his wrath or power with both Amazons and men. And I just was like, damn, I hope if Ares is in the film, I hope they show that same menacing feel as Alfred Molina brought to the character. It's weird. Before going to the film, I knew Rosario Dawson was involved in this film. I just didn't know who she was. While I watched the film, I could tell and could not tell. There was this character, I forgot, Artemis. Artemis, who's the very disciplined. She's the most fiercest warrior before Diana. Most fiercest Amazon there is. When I went back and I prepared myself for this, searching, and I played back some scenes, I'm like, damn, Rosario Dawson was very disciplined. But it's awesome because I love Rosario Dawson. She was awesome as Archimedes. And we get to this character played by Tara Strong, who's Alexa, who's not your average Amazon warrior. She's more into reading and studying. And at one point, she has a pivotal say quote thing she does, which was sort of like, it's not just about the muscle and the quickness, it's a lot to do with the brains. So I like what she brought to that character. But yeah, the actors did a phenomenal job. Animation. In terms of action, I have not seen such cool, badass action sequences in terms of animation since I think the Batman animated series, or even Justice League animated series. Holy shit. I've seen Flashpoint. I've seen The Killing Joke. I love both films. The animation is slightly, if not the same, but the way they made these characters move, very physical action ways, and even setting the making Themyscira the island, how the culture was, and then making it basic how New York was. It was amazing, and I give kudos to them because the way Diana moved, doing punches or throwing elbows, it was awesome. Awesome job. Speaking of action violence, this movie has fucking action and violence. I bought it not knowing the rating. And the beginning intro, holy, I remember saying, oh, phew. I was blown away because I'll say this, so I got you right now, got my main stuff. There might be some spoiler stuff. There's beheadings that I did not expect. And I had to pause it. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I watching a rated R movie? I look at the rating or the box, and it's, oh no, it's PG-13. And I go, damn. First of all, I don't, turns out I don't give two shits. I'm way past the age restriction, so I don't give two shits. But I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe they went this way, but bravo, because this is badass. This is badass. But yeah, the action and violence was awesome. And the comedy, there was moments of comedy that didn't feel forced on. They didn't feel forced on. And I laughed, and sometimes it was against some saying about men, and I just laughed at it. I'm like, oh, shit. And even, like I said, Steve Trevor sort of, for me, steals the show, and he has some of the funniest wits lines there is, and but yeah, the comedy was awesome. Didn't feel flat or forced on. Felt organic, natural. The nitpicky stuff that isn't too major and doesn't bring down the film for me, it's just some stuff that was like, okay, I can go with it. This film is an hour and 14 minutes long. That's how much average animation DC films are. To me, the beginning felt good pace, but sort of like we have to get to the world to face this menacing thing. I was so intrigued by Themyscira, the Amazons, that I was like, I want to stay more. I want to stay longer in Themyscira. I want to stay more with the Amazons, learn a little bit more about the culture. It's sort of like an episode of Justice League that you know it's a two-parter or just a one-parter, and you want it to be more just to stay in there. It was just that intriguing that I know we had to get to the action and the threat, but they set it up basically like, here's the training, here's how the time passes, here's why there's conflict, and here's where it'll lead off and what will happen next. But yeah, I love the idea of Themyscira, and I just want to stay there longer and just like learn more about the Amazons. But yeah, again, spoilers. There will be spoilers. There's non-spoiler stuff and there's spoiler stuff in this video. Persephone, one of the Amazons, OGs, I guess, one of the left hand ladies of Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazons. Again, spoilers. She betrays the Amazons and frees Ares from captivity. I understood Ares had to get out of Themyscira one way or another. At first, the whole time you're like, wait, how come she betrayed him? There was never a sense or a thought of me being like, oh, she'll turn bad or whatnot, which I think is kind of a good idea, bad, but I just like, I wonder if they're going to explain why she just did this, or it was just for the heck of it. They do, to a certain extent, in the film. She sort of was, she says that she didn't expect to fall in love with Ares, which I was like, I don't buy that, but okay. And at one point, she fights off against Hippolyta. Hippolyta kills her and tells her, yes, you're right, we are Amazon, we are warriors. But we're also women too, who wanted to have children and family. And you separating us from man avoided that. It restricted us from that, so that's why I did what I did. That part I could have I bought, but it just felt like okay, that's a good reason, but I just didn't feel it came off organically as I thought it would be. Persephone, she gets one fighting scene. Then we see her guarding Ares in the jail scene, which would kind of explain why she turned. But there was no sense of like her saying, we should go back and reach out to the men. We've been separated for too long. It's time. There was none of that. So that's why some part of me bought it, part of me didn't really buy it. But we had to have a villain, and she went off with such a compassionate line that I'm like, okay, I get why you did it, but still, should have done that. Another one that's a little nitpicky, from what I remember seeing of one of the comics, is that Diana she goes undercover or disguises herself in the tournament to be one of the Amazons to be selected to take Steve Trevor and defend the world and being the Amazon ambassador. In the comics, she goes undercover. She makes it out of the tournament. She reveals herself, and Hippolyta's like, "What, my daughter? Why are you doing this? This will not be accepted." And there's a little bit of like politics being like, "Well, she's your daughter. No, but she told her not to do it, and but she was chosen. She's the best." And this one, they were quick to like, Diana was the strongest as she is. She reveals herself to the queen, and the queen was like, "You will be the one to lead Steve Trevor, and you will be the one to fight Ares." Now again, I'm not a female, I'm not a mother, but I would have for a second thought, be like, wait a minute, she's your daughter. Are you not gonna have a second of like doubt that screw that, you're not gonna let your daughter go? But I'm not. Again, I'm just like, I for sure thought as a parent I would think she would have some doubt of like not letting her child go, but she believed in her. So kind of nitpicky, kind of not, but again, I bought it. I love this movie. And I'll say this, bravo to Lauren Montgomery, who directed this film. Bravo to Michael Jelenic, who came up with the story and wrote the script. Bravo to him. Also to Gail Simon, who also came up with the story. I would love it if they made an animated series of Wonder Woman. I would love it if they brought back same director, same person who wrote the script, same people who came up with the story. I hope that the whole cast that was involved in this film comes back. Kerry Russell, Nathan Fillion, Alfred Molina, Rosario Dawson, Virginia Madsen, even the Tara Strong, John DiMaggio was in it, Oliver Platt, who played Hades. Everyone the main people, I wish they'd come back, and I'd be into watching an animated series of Wonder Woman. But I could not recommend this movie more than I have already. Definitely go get the Blu Ray out and check out the special features. They have some cool documentaries of the creators, and also Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot interviews on the character Wonder Woman. And we get some cool, like, 2 documentaries on the creation of the character during that time and what it's meant throughout these last 75 years? Yeah, 75 years. And, but yeah, great special features, and go check this out, because this is awesome. It's awesome. But that was my review for Wonder Woman, the commemorative edition of the 2009 animated film. If you guys like the review, hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Post any comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next review, or video, or reaction. Take care.